Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
The Fort Myers City Attorney will return to work this month as the city has closed an investigation into his behavior. The city says their investigation into Grant Alley found no evidence of unlawful or unethical behavior. Alley took a leave of absence in August following allegations he was acting aggressively toward colleagues. The city now plans to enlist managerial trainers. Council member Gail Anthony will serve as liaison to the city's attorney office.
Fort Myers City Attorney fears assassination attempt, records show. Cody Delaney, C. Delaney at news-press.com, published 6:25 p.m. Eastern Time, November 7, 2017, updated 3:03 p.m. Eastern Time, November 8, 2017. The Fort Myers City Attorney told investigators that he was in fear for his family's safety and that he could be shot by members of the Fort Myers Police Department for his role in bringing corruption allegations to light. That detail was buried inside a 22-page investigative report released Tuesday. Previously unavailable to the public, the report outlined the complaints lodged against City Attorney Grant Alley for his aggressive behavior with colleagues. But it also raises questions about a police department that has come under fire for allegations of corruption. Mr. Alley stated that there is a conspiracy and organized effort that originated with certain members of the police department that protect malfeasance and silence the forces needed to correct it, the report says. Investigators told the city council in 2 public meetings that there are significant unresolved issues worth investigating, including Alley's concerns for his safety. Even still, council members voted Monday to end the investigation, which cost the city $130,000. I asked him point blank if he felt safe and he brushed off the question. He didn't really respond, Councilwoman Teresa Watkins Brown said Tuesday. If you ask someone about their safety, and they don't give you a reason to believe it's a concern, why would you investigate further? Read the report Investigations into Allegations Against City Attorney Grant Alley. Councilwoman Terrell Watson suggested this isn't over and that it could become part of a separate investigation. We're talking about the city attorney, and for him to say that, it must be something, Watson said. Everybody should be concerned about that. Mayor Randy Henderson and council members Michael Flanders, Gail Anthony, and Forrest Banks did not respond to requests for comment. Fort Myers Police also didn't respond to a request for comment. City staff made numerous complaints about Alley's dictatorial management style, which was described as attempting to control by fear and requiring submission, the report shows. He often held unrealistic expectations of his staff members, yelled at them in front of their peers and brought some to tears because of his behavior, and all of it was causing dysfunction in the city attorney's office and slowing the workflow. The atmosphere at the city attorney's office was described by all staff as one of tension, fear, and chaos, the report states. In another area it says, Mr. Alley's demeanor was described as all anger, all the time. Fort Myers City Hall, 2200 2nd Street. Photo, Cody Delaney / The News Press. Alley has been on paid administrative leave since August 7. He is paid $161,000 a year. He did not return requests for comment. Staff explained that Alley's behavior has been consistent throughout the duration of their employment, but the severity and frequency has escalated within the past year. When given a chance to respond, investigators noted Alley was often disorganized and rambling, and ignored questions on more than one occasion. Mr. Alley was very intense and became visibly agitated at times. Mr. Alley's response illustrated some of the issues staff complained of, the report states. Previously, Fort Myers Council welcomes back city attorney against staff wishes. More, Fort Myers Council shocked to learn price tag of city attorney investigation. But when it came to Lieutenant Rebecca Prince of the police department, things were different. Prince told investigators she felt Alley was upset with her about her criticism of the city attorney's office in the free report, which confirmed reports of heavy-handed policing in the city's minority neighborhoods but also revealed allegations of corruption. After her interview with the Free Group, Ali began singling her out, she said. When she requested legal assistance, Ali was either slow to respond or didn't respond at all. But her colleagues received rapid responses to similar inquiries. When given a chance to respond, Ali spent over 6.5 hours addressing her complaint, and went to great length and tremendous detail explaining numerous situations in which he accused Lieutenant Prince of engaging in and/or facilitating misconduct. Ali told investigators he had been raising flags and recommending investigations into the police department, which eventually led to the Free Report and, ultimately, a criminal investigation into members of the department. Prince's complaint against him was in retaliation for his efforts to expose problems within the department, he said, according to the report. Mr. Ali emphatically stated that he was in fear of his safety and his family's safety and expressed fear of being shot as a result, although he did not specifically cite any threatening activity on the part of others, the report says. Fort Myers City Attorney Grant Ali awaits for the Lake Boys case to be called. Photo, Melissa Montoya /newspress.com. Ali said Prince fabricated requests for legal services so she could blame the city attorney's office for her alleged misconduct, the report says. Investigators noted that all of the details of Ali's statements could not be fully explained in the report, and that it would require significant investigation to determine the merits. City Council members have had the report in its entirety since October 9, and investigators cautioned against releasing the report or referring to specific complaints within until after the investigation was closed. But council members never expressed an interest in getting to the bottom of the unresolved issues. Councilman Johnny Streets, a retired Fort Myers police sergeant, said he was aware of the problems between Ali and the police department, and said it started long before the Free Report. Fort Myers City Attorney Grant Ali talks FMPD chief selection process with the Citizens Police Review Board on Tuesday, June 15, 2016. Video by Ben Brash. Ben Brash / the News Press and news-press.com. Ali is tasked with defending the city, Streets said, but members of the police department haven't been honest or cooperative with him. But Streets could not raise the issue during a public meeting, he said, because it would have required him to cite a specific complaint, which council members were asked not to do. But now that the investigation is closed, he plans to bring something for his colleagues to consider. Streets said he believes Ali and feels the concern for his safety is legitimate. He told him to document all future encounters with police that make him uncomfortable. I'm concerned about a lot of things this police department may or may not be doing. But who do I go to? Who do I tell? Streets said. I don't trust the police department. I don't trust the leadership, and that's sad. More, Fort Myers Police, Lee County Sheriff Deputy implicated in corruption, documents show. Also, Fort Myers City Attorney's aggressive behavior leads to office dysfunction. Previously, Fort Myers pays outside lawyer to keep corruption documents closed to public. More, judge rejects Fort Myers City official subpoenas in Lake Boys case.
It was truly a privilege to do this engagement and be retained by the city of Fort Myers to look into the police department. We were a great deal of very experienced officers, and you just don't replace that overnight, and that was a problem. And then when the budgetary problems persist and you cannot replace officers, and the officers continue to operate on a lower level in terms of numbers, their job is harder. So that officer who responds to something on the street where it would have been better to spend more time has to immediately leave that call to go to another call. And so the public then feels they're not getting the proper attention because at that call, maybe they needed that officer longer, and the public's right. but the officer had to move on to another call, and the officer is right. So there are issues when you're not properly staffed, and that's something the city is committed to address. Another one is there is a real thought within the department that preferential treatment permeated the entire organization. In other words, the great majority, if not almost every single person we interviewed, said there was a cliquish system within the department. You either were in or you were out. And many of them really felt that was a problem, as do we. But in any small organization, you're going to have that. One thing that was felt was so many of the supervisors come out of the same group, the narcotics section, and then move their way through. Another issue was the failure to address certain integrity issues. We did, through our interviews, learn that there were some integrity issues within the department. That does occur, and that is something, when it occurs, must be dealt with. The way it was dealt with historically was to not deal with it. That cannot happen. That is something that needs to be addressed one way or the other. Again, the current administration, the chief, your department is isolated, which in very many ways has happened from other law enforcement entities in the area. They lack sufficient physical space, and this goes to support staff as well. You know, crime scene technicians, we run through it in a report. There's a lot of inadequate spacing. And as we mentioned, a lot of this is historical and has been going on for years, and they've been making do. Eventually, to do the job right, you need the proper resources. Our recommendations that we've made in the report, and we've made a number of them, we tiered and made a tiered approach to them. The reason for that is we wanted to put different levels. Tier 1 are recommendations that we believe the city must institute immediately because it affects the safety of the citizens of Fort Myers. So that has to be done right now. An example, the communications division. Historically, that section has been tremendously understaffed. And the fear is from within the police department, and again, much of what we learned comes from the police department. The fear was that someone could get hurt or worse if they don't adequately respond to the 911 calls. And that's something that the city jumped on. So we've got 4 tiers. Tier 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then tier 4, to go to the opposite end of the spectrum, are going to be those things that, such as, can the city afford a new building? Or can the city renovate that building? Or provide other places or locations that might supplement the existing space? Because like anything else, they're running out of space, and that's something that the city is looking into. So that is important and essential, but not as timely as something like responding to 911 calls.
The action steps that are recommended will be acted upon immediately. Some of the things I want to bring out to you. Our number one priority at all times is safety of our citizens. To that end, we have hired 4 new staff members in the communication section to enhance the response time for our officers. We've invested in 142 brand new body cameras that are going to be used by the department that we're starting to deploy this week. Since my appointment, we've already hired 8 new police officers. We have begun a search for a full-time public information officer. Training practices and procedures need to be brought up to date. We have already embarked upon a strategic training and education program to educate our officers and give them the tools they need to do their job. Substations. We have already started looking at several substations before the report was issued, and indeed the report recommended that we do so. We'll have more details about specific location of these substations, but in the report, one were the recommendations that we put a substation in the Dunbar community area, which we will do. Overall, We have improved the safety of our citizens and our neighborhoods, and we will continue to do so.
It's interesting to see how little a difference there is between so many of the police officers' views and people in the community, and how they share a common concern, and yet there's been tensions and there's been problems like anywhere else. And the goal here is to make the department as good as it can be, to let the public know that the department's there to serve them, and try to meld those interests. And that's what the city is committed to doing.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I found that I had to make a change this ending on my videos, letting you know about the channel and fair use laws, you know, how we can report on other people's reporting and how it's good, how it's bad, etc. But you guys can look it up yourself. It is legal. It's in there. But like I've told you before, that I've been cut off from making money on YouTube for 4 years. It's really weird, bizarre, but they cut the money off, but they said you can keep the channel, and now YouTube makes all the money. And if you get bored, plug it into Social Blade website, and you'll see that they are making a huge amount off the site. Right now it's at 63 million views, 53,000 subscribers, almost 3 million views a month. You know, trying to wake people up, and I make nothing. In fact, I got a customer that's ex-congressman. He said if I could ever find a lawyer, sue YouTube on it. But because this is nuts. 4 hours a day, and to save America. You know, but at the same time, it's worth it. Look at what our founding fathers did. They died for this country. So, but getting back to the money part, this is why I'm redoing the video. Is my dream of everyone giving $1, and it's going to be $53,000 a year, or if they did Patreon, which you know, can be monthly. That is not working. That'd be great if it did. Nothing is perfect. And I appreciate the people that do donate, you know, what they can on PayPal. And there again, I'm letting you guys know that is not much. It is, you know, monthly is, oh my god. So anyways, yes, you cannot live on it. It's very, very, very low amount. But the dollar things, I do appreciate that. But when I first said everybody give $1, that's not working. I'm just letting you guys know it's, yeah, that's that dream. Everybody gives $1. 53,000 subscribers, it's not working. So yes, if you can give more than that, you know, I appreciate it. Like I said, you know, I'm in a unique situation where, you know, what we're already debt free, and I'm not rich, but with the little business that we have, I am able to do what I am able to do 45 hours a day, you know, letting you guys know what's going on. In 4 years, I've did the whole thing myself. 12,000 videos on there. I literally get emails where people are like, holy crap, I never knew it was this bad. And it is this bad, and it's getting worse every day because we have the internet, we have cell phones, we have cameras everywhere now, and it's just disgusting what's going on. And then, as you guys know too, now we got Trump, we got Jeff Sessions doing a war on drugs, and now he wants to go after the forfeiture laws again. It's just unfreaking real. So if you can give more than that dream of everybody giving $1, yeah, that old video, that's not working. They're not, they're just not. So anyways, if you can give more than that dream is not working. Hardly anybody is giving. There you go. So that's why I'm remaking the video. If you can give more than that, that would be great. And there again, like I said, the Patreon's there. There is some people on there that are starting to give, but there again, it's very, very low. And like I said, I don't want to get rich off of that. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because, you know, it's still so stinking corrupt. It's not even funny. My court case that I'm going to be paying out of my pocket myself with Charlotte County's coming up. They illegally looked me up and then posted all my information on LEOAFFAIRS website. They basically doxed me, however you want to say that. I forget what the word is. And they outed me, man. And that information on that site went out to 500 sheriffs, deputies, people that work at the jail, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, it is very, very scary, but we're going to do a federal case, 1983 case, violating freedom of speech. We have 17 cameras in the house now. We got 2 cameras in the car. I always carry a camera plus a cell phone. A lot of people are highly recommending I get a vest now. If I could, if the wife would let me, I would run for sheriff. We are trying to push the thing nationwide right now. Where just to mix it up and to get the topics out there is register to run for sheriff, NPA, no party affiliation, as a write-in, and that is completely free, and you can participate in the elections. And there's a lot of stuff. We got a guy, James McLinnis in Pinellas County, Tampa, who almost won. He experienced the corruption himself. The story is unbelievable. Look him up. It's mind-blowing what they did. It pissed him off. He is very, very smart. He has way more money than I did. He ran for sheriff at the last 3 months last year in 2016 and almost won. He got all of the black vote. And the reason why he did that is because he ran in, I will not bust, we're in Florida, I will not bust anybody for weed anymore unless it's an ungodly huge amount, like pounds. And then he also ran in no more victimless crimes, no more of this freaking road pirate bull crap. And then he was going to cut the budget by 30%. And when you think about that, you can. If you stop the road pirates, you can get rid of a bunch of people. Gone. So, the wife has been saying, yes, I can, yes, I can't. So I don't know. We're trying to find somebody that can do it because I am busy doing this anyways. But, so I'm making a video, like I said, that $1 a month from everybody, you know, for 53,000 subscribers, that is not working. I'm just letting you guys know. Absolutely give way more than $1 a month. If you can, I appreciate anything. By the way, remember too, when you give that, PayPal takes like freaking 15 to 20%, so it's even worse than that. But, and there again, like I'm letting you guys know, it's way, what I get is very, very low. Appreciate it, but it is very, very low. Can't live on it. I'm just, you know, I'm working, and that's what I'm working on. And that court case is going to cost a buttload of money. That's federal court. Just the filing fees and the depositions that we're going to be doing with this corrupt cop. So there's another reason to give. We are going to be doing a deposition with this very corrupt. He was in a drug squad. He is a bad guy. He's on steroids. We heard steroids are rampant here. That's why their attitude is so bad. And we are going to get him on video, and it will be on YouTube. So that case alone is $5,000 just to bring it to court, and that's my money out of my pocket. So there's another reason to give, and give way more than $1 if you can. So keep that in mind. This is the new video, and I see, God, I talk a lot. It's already 7 minutes, but had to make it just to let you know that $1 a month from everybody is not working. They're not doing it. So if you can give more than that, please. So thanks. Keep it up. Share, like, subscribe, tell your friends, send me your videos on corruption, and I'll post it.